Well, hello, everybody. We're right at 6 o'clock, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I first of all want to thank everybody for coming out tonight and caring so much about the Central Wasatch Mountains. We're going to have an exciting panel. We just went public with our blueprint last week, and I want to know from the audience, raise your hand if you've been on the website and read the blueprint. Good. That's good to see. Okay, raise your hand if you've already made a comment on the website. Okay, well, after tonight, I hope we'll get a big slew. I want to take just a couple minutes before we introduce the panel to get to know who's in the audience tonight. So, first of all, as you know, Mountain Accord is led by an executive board of over 20 entities that represent a wide range of interests. And I'd like to see if we have any executive board members in the audience. We have 5 up here on the panel that I'll introduce in a minute. But are there any other executive board members in the audience that we have? Okay, what about our co-chairs, our system group co-chairs that have led our committees? Okay, how about system group members? If you were a system group member, stand up. Stand up if you participated. So these are people that donated their personal time to help us develop this blueprint. And so I want to give a call out to them and say thanks. And I just want to get a feel for who's in the audience and why you're here tonight. So I'm going to pick on you and ask you what brought you out here tonight.
I've been skiing in these hills since 1962, and even though I've lived all over the world, this is known internationally as being the best skiing in the world. And I'd like to see everything done to preserve that. Okay? That's
all right, I think we can have a round of applause for that. Can I pick on you? Tell us why you came here tonight.
I'm Wilmer Rumeli. I'm interested in the light rail extension to Park City.
All right, thank you. You want to tell me why you came out here tonight?
Interested in the kind of trails that will be built, and particularly across some private land that's in the mountains as well.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that. One more. Let's see, who's the next victim? What brought you out here this evening?
Well, I love to hike and ski, and I just want to see our mountains protected.
Great. All right. Well, let's introduce our panel members. We have one that's AWOL. Nathan, are you in the audience somewhere? He's on his way in. Okay. All right. So we've got Mayor Becker with us, who is our on the executive board, and Mayor Becker likes to ski. We have Dave Whittakin, who's the forest supervisor, and he's also likes to run. We have Carl Fisher, who is the director of Save Our Canyons, and Carl is a big backcountry user, as you would expect, and he's on a split board. And we've got Andy Bierman, who's a council member with Park City, and he does all sorts of stuff. He's a very mean mountain biker. And then we have Nathan Rafferty, who's the president of Ski Utah, and he does all sorts of crazy stuff, skis, mountain bikes, you name it. I think he even gets on a motorcycle every once in a while. So let me talk about how the evening is going to roll out this evening. So first of all, I'm going to just do a quick 5-minute overview of the blueprint. And then we're going to start collecting questions from audience members. So what we want you to do is write your questions down. And we've got a lot of volunteers that are going to be walking up and down the aisle and collecting your questions. And they'll be getting them up to me. And we're going to try to organize the conversation in a way where we're covering particular topics throughout the evening. So first, we're going to start with just high-level questions about the Mountain Accord blueprint and how it balances competing needs. Then we'll move into preservation, and Cottonwood Canyon scenario, economic centers and recreation hubs, transportation, then trails, and then everything else. And at the end, we'll have closing remarks by our panel members. So with that, I'm just going to give a quick overview, and then we're going to hear from our panel members. What they're going to talk to us about is what brought them to the table, why is Mountain Accord important, why are they still sitting at the table, how they're going to use public feedback, and what the components are of the blueprint that they're excited about. So here's our panel members again, and by the way, I'm Lainey Jones. I'm the program manager for the Mountain Accord Project, and I grew up in Texas, but I moved out here for the mountains. So I've been here almost 20 years, and Utah's my home now. So first, briefly, just want to talk about how we got to this point. How did we get to this blueprint that we put up on our website last week?